Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Brooke from Bees Budgets. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. Tonight we will be doing our mystery game night. So get your beverage of choice, get a snacky snack, and let's hop into it. So this will be the first installment for this video. So we get to play with our new stuff and I'm excited. So let's start off with counting our money and see what we're gonna play with tonight. So we are going to be stuffing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $75. We'll get that into our cash tray. Okay. And then we are going to start off with our new 26 challenge. And so for this, I have an allocated amount from each video that will go strictly into this. And I haven't decided if I'm going to color one in every single time I add money in it, or if I'm going to let some money build up in here and then go in and then so then we can not or color in some of the bigger ones. So I think I'm going to start with doing that just because most videos are going to be like $10, some like itty bitties, the nights where we don't save as much is going to be $5, and then yeah, so this first one for mystery game night will be receiving $10. So I'm just going to put that in here, and then I haven't decided which night I will do I'll go through here, and then whatever's in here, then I'll grab that big chunk and then I'll color in one of these bigger ones. But we are just getting it started for right now. So, all right. So that one is complete. So now we will move on over into our mystery game night. So if you didn't see my previous videos of Happy Mail, I received this busted book from Miriam, and I can't wait to get into it. But we have this one in here, and then I have some true crime ones in my binder as well. So I'm going to start off with doing the true crime ones first, and then we will end with the busted book. So we're going to start off with this challenge is from me, and it is a roll, color, and scratch. And we are going to go ahead and let's do a color in. Those are the ones I usually always save for last. Let's do the $3 over here. So how is everybody doing tonight? I removed my big mouse pad to see if maybe that helps with the lighting in my video. And I like having the mouse pad here because my PC is right in front of me, but well, I have to have it for my PC to do anything with my mouse. But the lighting, I don't know if it's because it's pitch black, but the lighting starts going weird, and I think it's because the camera's having a hard time deciphering with all my studio lights in here what is light, what is dark, and it doesn't know what to do, so it just goes in and out, and it's been driving me bonkers. So $3 is what we are starting this one off with. Make sure that's dry. And yeah, so hopefully this helps. And I love this table. It's like one of those it like where it looks like it's antiqued, but with that it's really pretty, but it's not even like on purpose, you know, to give it that rustic view. So if I have anything I have to write on or anything, it's impossible on this table. It's not a very practical table, but it's a beautiful one. And then next is, oh my goodness. Okay, next is a set of my digital downloads for true crime ones. So this one, let's make each one of these let's make each one of these $5. And let's go ahead and we will do the fingerprint. and put that in back here. Next is, I could solve this case in 10 minutes if I had the files. That's what it feels like. I watch a lot of true crime, and it feels like you're like kind of an armchair detective. Sometimes it's like, I got this. I don't need to go to school or anything. I know who did it. So let's go ahead and let's do the 1 and the 3 for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm probably gonna need ones, which is the common theme when you start anything new. You gotta build up some change into the folders, but that's okay. I've got my ones bank sitting next to me, ready to go, just in case, because I'm sure we're gonna need to go into it. And then lastly, I have this sounds suspicious, allegedly, and it's just a roll and save. And I think I'm just gonna do I want to do a 3? Let's do a 3-sided die on here because there is quite a few in here. So we will just do a couple of these. So 1 and one more, 3. So another $4. Look at all these ones going already. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that's okay because all of the rest gets rolled into busted. So hopefully with that it works out. And so I played the first installment of this comes from MLocheDesigns and Budgets, this busted book, and I played the first installment, and I roll everything that I save into it into one envelope. So this is our wedding invitation to the wedding heist that has happened, and then this is where we'll keep all of our money in this envelope. So if you didn't see me unbox this for Happy Mail, you are invited to the wedding, and here is your invitation to the wedding, and it's in this beautiful presentation here. And then on the back you get this little card, and it says, "Dear Brooke, thank you for accepting the invitation to help me with my niece's wedding. It's been nearly impossible to investigate while trying to prepare for the wedding. Isabella still has no idea that items have been stolen, and you should blend in nicely with other guests. If you get stuck, I have hidden some valuable last-minute clues I discovered in the photo collage of the couple on the reverse side of this note. Should you need any further assistance, please contact my friend Miriam at MLocheDesigns@gmail.com. And so, and then on the back side, it has some scratchers here. So if we get stuck, we can use that. So I will just keep this in here, almost like a place card for it to know that we are now on the busted book. And then let's go ahead and close this up and get it out of our way. And then we will go ahead and jump into here. So this is our little goodies bag for, you know, the wedding. You know, you get little goodie, you know, what do you call it? Goodie bags. And so we get this little paper clip, and it is a, come on camera. It is a little thank you note. And it's, dear family and friends, thank you for celebrating with us. It means the world to us to have you here. But most of all, thank you for all your support, encouragement, love, and laughter you have contributed to our lives. You are forever people. You are our favorite people in the world, and forever grateful with love, the newlyweds. Okay, so this is our little favor. That's what it is. And then let's see what gift we got for the wedding. Oh, we got a little heart-shaped candle. Nice, nice. I put it there, you can see it. Okay, so there's our little gift. Actually, I'm just gonna put that in here so that we can unbox it when we play. Okay, we got some mints. They are money mints. Nice. All right, so we got 2 of those. So far, a pretty nice gift. I'm liking the wedding. We got a bell, because you gotta have a bell for a wedding. And then, you know, if you finish challenges, I usually do my cheers button, but I think we're gonna be ringing the bell. All right. And then we got a dice that we can use for the game. and for the color to know what we're doing. And then you get a little diamond, and you can put your lip balms or whatever you want in here, but I am going to keep this as is together here and leave our little diamond over there. So we are ready to play. So let's get into it. So the wedding heist, busted 3 with detective coin. Okay. So it says, welcome back, investigator. I am grateful to have you on board for this case. My darling niece is getting married, and in the bridal suite has been ransacked. We've only been here in the Loch Mountain Resort for only a day, and the wedding is in 6 days. With all of the planning and decoration, I need your help with the investigation. We haven't told Isabella or Ted about the thefts, so you have been invited as a guest so you can blend in. Your tools for the case have been hidden inside the wedding favor bag. A preliminary overview indicates, that was a hard word. I don't know why my brain did not want to let that one out. Indicates that the following items were stolen from the bridal suite during the rehearsal dinner and after party held at the resort. The vows were stolen, the cake, the ring, wedding dress, bouquet, passports. Our objective is twofold: to recover the stolen items and identify the perpetrators. Accept this mission, and let's see if we can get this wedding back on track. Okay, so that is what had happened, and this is now we are going to try to figure out what was stolen and try to get it back and who did it. So here are our case notes, and we'll fill this in as we start completing things in the book and we start learning more information. So our suspects are going to be the maid of honor, the best man, the mother of the groom, the wedding planner, the caterer, and the officiant. Okay, so here is the photo of the theft. So this is the before photo. Beautiful wedding dress, the flowers, everything set up nice, passports already. And this is after the theft. So as you can see, they cleaned this poor girl and future husband's out. So says, I have managed to compile witness statements to develop profiles for the 6 suspects. Unfortunately, I've misplaced some of my notes and will need to track them down. I remember a witness who observed a woman in tears throughout the rehearsal dinner. The female suspects include the maid of honor and the mother of the groom and the wedding planner. Notably, the men were not reported to be crying, so we can mark the boxes with X's where the men and the endless crying intersects. As you begin to uncover the clues, you can eliminate unlikely items by marking them with an X. If the clue allows you to identify a suspect, a motive, a stolen item, or an action, place an O in the appropriate box and the X out of the rest of that row in that column. For a tutorial on how to navigate logic puzzles, I invite you to visit my Alias YouTube channel, MLocheDesigns. Additionally, there is a practice game available in your files to help you familiarize yourself with the format. So this is a logic puzzle. So as we learn things, this is going to be an ongoing thing to do in the logic puzzle. And so here's our confidential files. And so for our confidential files, we have all of the suspects. Here's some practice for logic puzzles. I've done a lot of logic puzzles. I actually have 2 books sitting right next to me that are full of logic puzzles. I love logic puzzles. Like my favorite pastime. Like some people play Sudoku, stuff like that. Logic puzzles were always top tier, my favorite. So in each one of these, we have a briefing from each one of the suspects. So we have the maid of honor, then we have the best man, we have the mother of the groom, we have the wedding planner, we have the caterer, the officiant, and that's the last one. So we have our 6 suspects in here. So you would read all of this, and then as you figure out, it'll give you clues. Like obviously the maid of honor is a female. So, you would come in here and you would find maid of honor, and then anything that has happened, it just all intertwines with each other and whatever. So this is something I think we will do a little bit further in. I want to play the individual games for right now. And then if we have some time, maybe we'll come back and mark some of these off into the logic puzzle. But I think the logic puzzle is going to be more of a last, you know, towards the end kind of thing to do. And the beginning is going to be kind of playing the games for the vows, the cake, the wedding dress, you know, all those things. So what we're going to do is I do have a color-sided die. So instead of rolling the one that was included in the package, I'm going to leave that one in its pretty little diamond just for display purposes. And I'm going to roll this, and then I'm going to decide, that will decide which game we're going to play. All right, so let's go ahead, after that long intro, sorry guys. Let's go ahead and get going. So we are going to play, oh, right here, red. So we're going to do the wedding vows. So the bride spent months writing her vows. Her mother and I are heartbroken that somebody would be so evil to steal them. We remember some of her vows and that it rhymed, but I need help filling in the blanks with some of the options we thought of. 1, roll a 6-sided dice. Save the amount rolled and cross off one of the available options. Continue to roll and save until only one option is available for each blank space. When you have completed the vows, cut open the page and see if there are any more clues. So when we complete one of these are all also envelopes. So we have to cut these open, and there is stuff inside of here to help us even further. She is just so creative. I absolutely love these. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll a 6-sided die and see which one we're going to mark off so we can start whittling these down. Okay, so I vow to love you every. All right, let's see what it's not going to be. So $3. 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to cross off big play. Okay, let's do one more. 5. So $5 bill here and cross off 5. All right. So we got 2 of those marked off. So it's either going to be day, May, way, or payday. That sounded funny reading it out like that. All right, next game. Red again. Okay, we're going to stay right here. Let's go ahead and roll. And we got a 5. 5 has already been done. So let's roll again. 4. Way. Okay. So I'm going to take this 1 and grab that 5. Okay, let's go. Should we go? Yeah, let's go one more time. 2. May. Oh man, I already marked myself. So 2, 3, 4, nope. So 1 and 2. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take those 2 5s and grab a 10. And we are already out of 1s. Let me go ahead and buy some 1s right now for myself. Okay, so I just broke the 20 and I got a 10 and then 10 1s. So that'll just have to do, donkey. That'll do. Name that movie. All right, so next let's see what we're gonna play. We are gonna play green. So let's flip on over here to green. Okay, so it says the bride's wedding dress is one-of-a-kind creation by a famous designer. To get your next clue, find 3 matching gowns on the next page, assign a value for each dress below, scratch a sticker and save that amount. Continue until you've uncovered 3 of the same gowns. Cut open the page to find your next clue. So this is just a simple scratcher, so let's go ahead and scratch, and we need to get 3 of the same gowns. Let's go ahead and just start with this first one up here. Make it easy. Okay, and this one looks to be Alexandria Greco? I do not know designer names. So this is going to be a tough one for me every time. So 1, 2, and $3 for that gown. Beautiful gown, but I just don't know designer names. Let's see, we have Alexander Greco. I know Vera Wang. Oscar de la Renta. I've heard that. Ile Saab, Marchesta, and Gallier. Sure. Yeah, those are going to be butchered every time. I apologize if you are in the wedding industry and know all of the designers. Okay, orange. Okay, the wedding cake. Thankfully, the local baker has agreed to remake the cake. Unfortunately, the baker has created so many cakes that she misplaced the original order form that we had ordered. Let's start working on the budget for a new cake and hope that the baker can find the order form in time. So roll a die for each blank space you have amount, and then save the amount you have rolled. And it's kind of like a add, divide, type, whatever. And when the spaces are filled up for the equations, follow the math to determine the cost of each part of the cake. Save the amount at the end of each equation, round up if necessary. When you are done determining the budget, cut open the page and find out if the baker was able to find the order form and a possible clue as to who stole it. So this one we're going to do a 3-sided die just because it's math equations, so it makes me nervous and I don't want it to go too high. When I start saying times, and it just makes me nervous. There are a couple minuses in there, I'll give her that, but let's just do it this way. Okay, so our first number is going to be 2. 1 and 2, and let's roll one more time. 3. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that 5 right now. Normally I only do 1 each page that we do whenever we roll to it, but because I'm just getting this started, I kind of want to make sure a little bit gets distributed throughout. So, all right, let's go move on to our next one. We're do this one again. So, all right, let's roll a 1-sided die. So 2, 1, and 2. All right, what are we playing next? Again, okay. 1. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then what game are we going to do next? We're going to go back to red. All right. And then so now we'll get to fill this one in. So our 6-sided die, we need a 1 or a 6. There's our 1. All right. Let's save that $1. And then number 6 is going to be the end of that sentence. So it is, I vow to love you every day, or I vow to love you every payday, and every moment come that may. And then, so that's our first sentence of our vows that we got back. All right, what are we playing next? Still have a little more to go here. Blue. Yay, I don't think we've gotten it. Nope, we've not gotten into blue yet. So roses are red, violets are blue. The bride found her flowers from the name of you-know-who. The bride has 3 pets. Violet the pig, Rose is a cat, and Iris is a hamster. You need to figure out which pet inspired the bouquet. Then you can cut open the envelope and hopefully find another clue. Okay, so this is a little connect the dots. And so I just put $1 for each connect. So we're just going to go ahead and do 1 to 2. So that's $1 and 2 to 3. And we'll pay $2. Just get that one started. Then let's see what we're doing next. Purple. Ooh, passports. The groom is surprising Isabella with their honeymoon destination. We know it's somewhere his family has been before, so it must be one of the locations on the next page. With every roll, save the dollar amount and advance 1 space for that number passport. Once you've arrived at the airport customs, open the envelope to see if any of my notes are in there. Okay, so this is like a race to see which one we get to first. So it is either going to be, let's see here, France, London, Rome, Berlin, South Korea. All right, I don't know what that one is. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so let's roll a 6-sided die and we're going to race. All right, so 2, of course. We get the one that I don't exactly know for sure what it is. I promise I'll figure it out. Oh, we're out of 1s again. So let's buy 5 more. It's the only thing, every time you start a new thing, you need lots and lots and lots of 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my 1s bank. All right, and that one was $2. All right, So let's roll this blue. Blue. Oh, we haven't done yellow yet. I think yellow is the only one we haven't done. Okay, so blue is connect the dots again. So let's roll and see how many dots we're going to connect. I'll just roll the 3-sided die. I think that's a good way to determine. Okay, so 3. So 3, 4, 5. We'll take back those 2 ones and grab that 5. All right. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Now, see what we're going to do next. Orange. Hopefully we get to do yellow. All right, we're back to the cake topper. So let's go ahead and roll to see what our next one's going to be. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah. 5, 5, and 10. Okay. That one was 2. All right, next. Orange again. 1. All right. So here's where it gets scary. We have our top amount. So let's see what it equals. Not even going to attempt to do this math in my head. 2 plus 3 is 5. Times 2 is 10. Minus 1 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. Minus 1 is 10. All right. So we are going to leave that blank right now because we do not have that $10. So let's wait. And then, yeah, let's wait. And then hopefully we don't land on orange again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go into my IOU folder. So, because we did do the 1 already, so we can move on to the next one. Red. All right. So we are going to move on down here to the next line in our vowel. And we are not, it's not going to be 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. I don't think we're going to get to play yellow. Okay, after this, we're just going to go into yellow because I want to give everything a little bit of love. So let's go ahead and scratch a wedding gown here. Let's roll and see. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we right off the bat got 2. We only need 3. 1, 2, and 3. That one is $3. Let me change out these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $6. All right, and then we're just going to go over to yellow. We're going to pretend like it rolled yellow. So this one is, it may be difficult for most couples to tell their wedding bands apart from each other, but our bride has rings that were engraved with a coded message. Figure out the coded message on the right and cut open the page to see if you can locate the code for the engraving below. Maybe we could share the information with the local pawn shop and see if they have any rings or any clues to the theft. So we're going to do $1 per letter. So we're going to go over here. And so for, here's our key. And let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and do the first letter of our engraving. And that is a 23, which is W. So all of the 23s are W. So let's see if we have any more. Sorry, I have to pull this. I can't see. Okay, so it looks like we only have the 123 here. Yep, okay, so I will pay that $1 for that letter. So at least we got that one started. Should I go ahead and let's go ahead and do one more. So let's do the next one, which is 5. And number 5 is E. Okay, so that we got 1 5. Here's another 5. Here's another one. And another one. And another one. And right here. And it looks like we have 3 more. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and fill it in and grab my IOU folder. Let's just do that because I don't want to confuse myself when I go back in here and like, why didn't I finish this off? Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I owe this $3. Right here. We'll go into my IOUs and grab, let's see what we have in here. Oh, of course we only have 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So I will grab that 10 and I will put this money in my IOUs, which is good because I like to have some ones in there anyway. So that works out nicely. All right, so everything got a little bit of love. We did have to kind of force it too on the yellow, but that's how last time I played Busted too. There was one that never liked to roll, but then it was funny because once it started rolling that's the only thing it would roll. So they did kind of stay semi together. So I don't know. Do I want to? I think I might want to keep these separate and see what each one saves. So let's see, our wedding vows got us 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and $18. Okay. Let's see. Can I be fancy enough to color coordinate the colors? Okay, so red. Okay, and then orange got us $11. Oh, I don't think I have orange paper clips. This one's kind of orange. It's a little more red, but whatever. I tried. And then yellow got $10. Our vows. Green for our wedding dress got us $6. I was gonna just put this all in the one envelope together, but I don't know, I kind of like this idea too. Blue for our bouquet got us $5. And purple for our passports get us $2. I have purple, but they're little ones. Let's see. Well, hold on. Oh yeah. All right. Is that gonna get too bulky? Maybe. I might have to stagger them off, but for right now, that's where we're at. And then, like I said, as we get going a little more further into the videos, then we will do our logic puzzles, which are my favorite. I love logic puzzles. So let's put away our favor for our wedding. Okay, our beautiful heart candle. And our thank you note, our mints, our bell, and our diamond, so I can keep that all together. Just don't want to lose nothing. And if I don't put it up, it'll get scattered all over this desk and go to the abyss. Alrighty. So that ends our mystery game night. I had so much fun, and we're just starting this off. So a little rocky at first, but as we get going, you know how it all is. It kind of all starts ebbs and flows nicely. So that is all I have for you guys. We are out of money. So if you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe down below, become a member of my channel. If you like the video, please give it a like, leave me a comment, and I will see you on the next one. See ya!